Good morning. So, on the back of the video that we did on Monday, we talked about the Senior Mental Health Leads training and what we offer as part of our package with your Senior Mental Health Leads training. We talked about it being fully funded because you can access it through the DFE grant funding to train a Senior Mental Health Lead in your school. And we also touched upon very quickly about the second round of funding that's been released by the DFE to train a new member of staff in your school if the person you trained originally has left or did not make impactful, sustainable changes across your school. So we're going to touch upon that very briefly as well. So there's a slight update with regards to that. But also there's been some questions around wanting a little bit more information around what actually is our wraparound package of support. So I just wanted to touch on that briefly today as well with you. So essentially, you'll do your training with us. Now you can do your training 2 days live or you can do your online training, as I said previously. After that, you get access to your EduPod, and I think it's this next part where people want some more information. So you get access to our education experts, one of which is myself. And so I am here to support you, not just from an EduPod technical perspective. So I forgot my password, I can't log in, all those kind of technical issues. Yes, I am there to support you with those, but actually the main reason that I am here and the main reason that you get access an hour's worth of coaching support from me is to allow me to help you to make the changes that you're making as part of this whole school approach more strategic and more impactful, but most importantly more sustainable in the long term. That always seems to be the downfall or the gap, that's missed with regards to this whole school approach. So I'm here to really help you to make sure that where are we starting? So I'll help you to do your main auditing. I'll help you then to decide, okay, where's my action planning going to sit at the start of or kind of wherever I'm at within my journey, to make sure that your starting point is the most strategic and impactful for you at wherever you are at within this journey of the whole school approach. And then it's about me supporting you moving forwards into that kind of, okay, let's start succession planning, let's start reviewing, let's start making some more of these whole school culture shifts and strategic changes in the way of policies and documentation, what's happening in practice. I can help with training needs, I can help with resource needs. There's lots of different ways that I am here to support you, not just from that kind of technical EduPod perspective. So it really allows you to have a tailored one-to-one coach that will help you as a school and as a senior mental health lead to get the most out of your training, to get the most out of EduPod, but most importantly to make the most impact that is sustainable in the long term for your whole school community. That is why having a one-to-one coach is so important. In the way of me, so some people have asked, okay, so I'm getting wraparound support from you, who are you? Which is fair enough. So I am our Education Mental Health Lead Manager. I've been working in education for the best part of 8 or 9 years now, focusing solely on mental health. So my predominant background, I would say, previously to this role, was working in a pupil referral unit for children with complex to severe social, emotional, mental health difficulties. We also had a lot of children with a dual diagnosis of autism or ADHD, those kind of things. So we had an autism specialist provision attached to us as well. My role in that school very much was probably a lot of a similar role to the people that I work with, which is why I think I work so well with the people I work with, because I have been in their shoes. I was a senior mental health lead in that school, which started very much from the ground up. So there was no mental health provision before me being there, and it was very much then started from the ground up. So we audited, we action planned, we went through accreditation processes. So yeah, and that pretty much formed the heart of what I was doing. I've also then been on to do, since then, my Masters in Senior Leadership of Mental Health and Wellbeing in Schools. So I think that gives me knowledge alongside that first-hand experience of how to kind of really make these culture shifts and strategic changes and how to make them the most impactful and sustainable as well. So that's the boring part a little bit on me, and that's where your coaching support will predominantly come from at the moment. It comes from me. We also have some group coaching as well, which you also get access to as part of your training support wraparound package. And that really allows you to connect, to network and link up with all the other senior mental health leads that are training with us. So anybody from our beginners, anybody from our intermediate, our online, our advanced, anybody at all can register to join one of our group coaching sessions, and then those are really there to allow me to support you first and foremost, of course, but also to allow you guys to really network with each other, to really share best practice. Because whilst I have the knowledge and that first-hand experience, I'm not in that setting right now actively. I'm working with schools on the outskirts of that. So it's still really important that you liaise with and work with other schools who are going on this journey with you live time together. It's a really great way to network, and it's a really great way to pull together your community, not just as a school, but also as external schools and bodies as well. So it really allows that kind of element to flourish. So in terms of a wraparound package, you get so much from us. You get your training, which is all the knowledge and everything you need. You get Edupod, which is the online platform that you need to audit, to action plan, to access learning resources, to access the accreditation. You get access to me for any of those strategic input or any of those technical issues. You get access to the group coaching to help you flourish with your networking. It really is a very bespoke, tailored and holistic training package that we have, and it's why I love it so much, and it's why all of the senior mental health leads that we've trained to this point have loved it so much. A little bit of an update in regards to what we talked about on Monday. So the training application, the senior mental health lead applications for this new round of DFE funding are now live. You can now make those applications. So if you are a school who has already accessed the first round of funding, but the person has left, or that person didn't make impactful and strategic changes as part of their role, you are able to apply for a second grant to fund for a new person to train as a senior mental health lead in your school. That is a real game changer. So not only can you now apply as a new senior mental health lead, if you haven't applied at all yet, you can still apply, you've still got time. But you can also, if that person has left or you've not made strategic change, you can reapply, access another round of funding to get a new person trained in your school. That is a real game changer. That should meet the vast majority of everybody's needs, meaning that all of the things that I've just discussed in terms of our training, our wraparound support package, you are accessing for free because it's fully funded by that funding from the DFE. Please, 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 please access it. I cannot stress it enough. I do not get anything at all from you guys booking into doing our training, so please don't think that I am sales pitching people. Please don't think that I get commission and all those things. I don't get any of those things. I do this because I love it. I do this because I am passionate, and I do this because it is so important that this whole school approach is embedded across the whole school culture, curriculum, learning, ethos, everything. It's so important. If anybody needs any support to make their application for the DFE grant, or to make an application for your training or anything like that, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to book in some time with you and get you through it, and we'll do it together. Any questions, again, give me a shout. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend when it finally arrives for people, and I'll catch up with you all very soon.